ceremony here. Thank you for following us upstairs. I just, when we arrived upstairs, I just discovered that I had forgot to translate to transport my final presentation to this machine. So there was a bit of panic. Okay. We were saying a few minutes ago that during last edition in 2000, we started to assign these Ferro da Prova awards. The Ferro da Prova, the iron piece that sits on the prow of each gondola, is in fact a fundamental item in the construction of such unique vessels. Now, every gondola is built with 280 different pieces, all with a different function as well as a different name, and all made of various kinds, well, each made of different kinds of wood. Given its particular asymmetrical shape, a gondola needs to balance the weight of the gondoliere that governs the boat from the stern. Such a counterweight is the ferro da prova, the iron on the prow, a component of the hull that plays an obscure role, not immediately evident to a casual observer, but a fundamental one for anybody who understands how a gondola works and what it takes to make it close. So, the first Ferro da Prova award was assigned in 2000 to nobody else but Chief Gower himself. A man of first strikes all the time. Anyway, at the time, we thought that if there was anybody who deserved to be recognized as one of the fathers, perhaps grandfathers, of our community, that was Jim. The man who brought this conference series to life and still continues to breathe life into it in his work. Now, in 2010, here comes my second section, a section of the notes. In 2010, we decided to expand the roster and add a few names, one of which has been that of Roberto Fassetto, as you've seen. Now, the second name that I wanted to add is that of our late friend, Tom Allan. We already had a memorial session in his name yesterday afternoon to remember the fundamental impact that Tom had in our community. I don't want to add much to that today, except recalling the inspirational role that was played by Tom with many of us who belonged a few years ago to the younger generation. Not anymore, unfortunately. This inspiration lingers on still and will continue in the future, I think, as many of Tom's ideas, which he passed along to us with his usual enthusiasm, and will continue to be at the center of our professional lives. We are very fortunate tonight to have with us Tom's wife, Allan, as well as two of his daughters, Lois and Sylvie. Welcome to all of you. So it is to them that I will give the award that I would have loved to put directly into Tom's hands.
to accept the Ferro da Prova Award for my father, Tom Allan. It is an even greater honor to be invited to say a few words about him in this company. There are more than a few words that describe my dad. Enthusiastic, vivacious, caring, energetic, inspirational, all come to mind. He loved his job and spending time with colleagues at conferences like this, because for him, his job was much more than a job. Scientific discovery and debate was a passion. And as you know, colleagues were much more than colleagues. They were also guests, co-inspirators, and they were friends. And to him, as important as the actual science was communicating about the science. His writing was not just in scientific papers, but in books, articles, and letters, trying to bring his science to a wider audience. A few years ago, he wrote, "Whatever the problems the ocean presents to mankind, whether in understanding more clearly its role in determining our climate, whether as a means of safely transporting fuel and other goods, whether as a depository of our waste products or repository of offshore minerals and oil which require to be extracted with minimum risk, whether as a provider of living resources either farmed or captured from the sea, or whether as the preferred location for holidays to countless millions of people, satellite surveillance of the sea surface now offers a valuable tool, unavailable to all previous generations." As you know, he was tireless and always ready to take on a challenge. He defended science and scientific research with the same ardour as Thomas Huxley defended Charles Darwin when he wrote, "The improver of natural knowledge absolutely refuses to acknowledge authority as such. For him, skepticism is the highest of duties, blind faith, the one unpardonable sin." On behalf of my family, I express our deepest gratitude to Vittorio and the organisers of Oceans from Space for honouring the lifetime achievements of a great scientist, friend, and extraordinary human being. Thank you.